Hello guys and welcome back. So today is Wednesday, November 11th, and I think you know what that means. It is Veterans Day. So first of all, I want to say a big thank you for all the veterans out there. I really do appreciate all the sacrifices you guys have made. Actually, I want to lead into Veterans Day a little bit with kind of talking about where it originally came from. So we're going to talk about that very briefly. Then we're going to talk about GameStop. I want to kind of throw something out at you guys about GameStop. I would love to hear your feedback. We're also going to be talking about Apple very quickly. They came out with the new M1 chips, and then we're going to review the day trades like always very briefly. Honestly, today just wasn't that hot of a day, so it's going to be a fairly quick recap. I was just about to say there's not going to be a major intro or anything like this. I've been having so many laptop issues. So next week, Friday, I think it is, we're going to be flying to the States, and I'm picking up my new laptop there. It's honestly, I could cry. It's going to like change. I feel like a cyborg right now, and I have just a giant defect. So I feel like I'm visiting the doctor more or less. Okay, so let's just dive into the recap right now. So first of all, I want to show you guys a little bit of a clip here where Veterans Day originally came from and what it used to be called. So let's actually go here and watch a very quick clip. See if it starts. This is always the question.
For starters, it wasn't originally called Veterans Day, but Armistice Day, to commemorate the truce signed between the Allies and Germany in World War I on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. The first...
There we go. And then the next year they celebrated it again, and then it became a thing. So this is actually kind of a cool little video. I'll leave it here if you guys want to check it out. Obviously, my watch lists are always posted below the daily live stream, so that's going to be linked here somewhere as well. Okay, the quick thing I do want to talk about here is GameStop. Now, GameStop came out with that they are paying off their debt early. So that is overall a good kind of news. And actually, let me freaking lower this slide. You guys know it kills my soul. So that is good news. But here's a question. Like, GameStop to me has been on a ridiculous, oh man, there goes FPRX. GME. GameStop has been on a really strong rally these last few days, or the last few months, I should say, ever since end of August, beginning of September, because at that time, at first I was really confused, but that is when Ryan Cohen, co-founder of pet e-commerce company Chewy, and was CEO of it until it was acquired years ago. On August 28th, after the market closed, a filing with the SEC revealed REV Ventures owned 9% of GameStop. So this is Ryan Cohen is a pretty famous entrepreneur, and the fact that he owned roughly 10% of GameStop was a very big buy indicator for the overall market. And you can see that's kind of where the beginning of the rally was. And then I was thinking to myself, like, okay, from a real life perspective, what is GameStop, nice to go to? I personally, I don't remember the last time I was at a video game store. I mean, trust me, I like my video games. I think I'm going to buy Assassin's Creed. So Valhalla. So let's actually put this in perspective. I would love to hear your guys' feedback, and this is what I quickly wanted to throw at you guys. If I go ahead and like buy Assassin's Creed Valhalla, why would I go to GameStop as opposed, let's say, directly to the app? I don't know, let's say if I have an Xbox, buying on the Windows Xbox store or something like that, and then getting the game on download. Obviously, if I buy it at GameStop, I would have a CD, right? Potentially, and then maybe I buy a bundle, and then I could sell the CD, so I can see some advantages there. But I would love to hear anyone that knows a little bit more about it. What do you guys think? Anyway, in September 1st, Ryan Cohen and his REV Ventures, they actually ended up buying more. Now they have a 9.6% stake. So this thing has been on a fairly good upwards trend, and they got earnings coming out a little bit later. It looks like December 8th. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch. So I would love to hear your guys' comments on GameStop below. And then if you guys were not aware, Apple came out with their M1. They had their, oops, what did I just click on? That actually was not supposed to happen. I'm gonna have to see what problem that is. Apple came out with their M1 chip. It's a apparently it's pretty much the whole entire typical components of a laptop really squeezed into one entire single chip. That's what I was trying to say. I watched the man. I'm really missing some vocab right now. I'm always a little bit more tired near the end of the day, but I watched their presentation yesterday evening, and I was gotta say I was quite impressed on this overall chip. The initial specs, like you would see something like 6 gigabytes of memory, and you're like, okay, well that's actually not too crazy, a core GPU CPU, but then you're like, wow, this thing what it could actually do is really impressive, and the benchmarks on it are very astonishing. I gotta say, for a second I was like, man, maybe I should look into maybe buying an Apple, although I'm a pretty hardcore Windows person my whole entire life, and every time I try to use my girlfriend's Apple, it pretty much does not work at all. I'm just like constantly opening things I didn't need to. So kind of really interesting there. If you guys don't know, I'm going to be getting the new laptop soon. If you guys want to know a little bit more about the hardware I use, my setup, and all that fun stuff, I do have a little bit of some wish list, more or less here. Not so much wish list, but more or less what I actually have. Except I don't have these keyboards. I'm looking to pick one of the two. I'm not totally sure yet which one. I'm getting this. This is going to be in Florida. Pretty much this whole entire list is in Florida right now waiting for me. So I just need to fly back. So this is going to be the new laptop that I'm going to be picking up. It should not be coming with headphones, so I'm not totally sure what's going on with this. It looks like there is some sort of additional release maybe here. I'm not totally sure what's going on. Who knows? Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and let's not refresh this page. Keep going here a little bit. I think that's all the news I really wanted to cover today. Oh yeah, actually, we were talking a little bit about EV stocks yesterday, and I'll just quickly point this out. If we go to our coronavirus tickers, BNTX, we came out with a video yesterday on where we would like to possibly buy BNTX. So if you guys are curious about that and comparing some of their competitors, definitely check out that video. But BNTX, I think one thing I did kind of stumble upon that I wasn't totally aware of yesterday is the fact that the BioNTech and Pfizer combo vaccine needs to be stored at negative 94 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is apparently a giant problem with getting it. Mass producing it, and then not just producing it, but exporting and getting it delivered. While Moderna's vaccine, this is quite a popular option, one of the bigger ones. I think Governor Chris Christie received this vaccine, and it could chill at -4 Fahrenheit. So that's a pretty big difference. They're using different technologies in the vaccines, but if you guys want to learn more, I have a whole video on that was released yesterday. So let's dive into the tickers we are trading today. Well, honestly, we could just talk about this one first, because I gotta say, FUBO, man, this one really got me today. U.S. Broadcasting Company, hold on, sorry about that. I was just like, what, Broadcasting Company? We weren't trading this one. Sorry about that. U.S. Biotech, 27 million float, 5 Prime Therapeutics. They had great chemotherapy, statistically significant results on their patients being with progression-free and overall survival rates of their patients. It's really, really nice catalyst. Great to hear that. 27 million float. I was like, okay, this is looking really, really good. Not to mention, this ticker was up 360%. So I was like, all right, we're going to be, having some fun today. Unfortunately, FPRX pretty much just sold off the rest ever since the open. Here you can see the gap up from roughly $5 all the way into this critical resistance zone. This is where we were, battling with today. And right now it's actually bouncing off the lows roughly at 16. Into pre-market, I was a little bit late on the game today. I was, again, having like not internet issues, but I was having laptop was too slow, then YouTube was giving me issues. It was just like this whole week I've been just bombarded left and right with problems. It's been a slow week for me. I'm pretty much at an overall break even this week. Last week we ended the week $1,200 in the plus, and with a roughly $4,000 average position size. So it was a nice week last week, but so far I don't know. This week I don't know, woke up on the wrong side of the bed every day. I don't know what it is. So here I was, I missed this move to the upside, from 7 to pretty much 7:30. Really, really volatile activity here. I didn't feel like trading it. And then at one point I was like, okay, FPRX, really nice dip trade opportunity. I took this dip trade, didn't really work out, wasn't really bouncing the way I wanted. Luckily I closed this position and ended up flushing. Eventually I was like, okay, well, we'd have huge support roughly at 22. A break of 22 with not significant volume is definitely a buy indicator. I ended up accumulating here at 21.72. But it was too early, and then I closed it out, and technically it could have won, but it was just weak at this point, and I was like, oh man, FPRX, like, what are you doing to me? Eventually I tried to buy a dip trade on this one again, actually here, way up here, and then it shoots down and it gets halted. I'm stuck in a halt, and I took my bigger loss on the day. So the only good thing about the way I treated FPRX was the fact that I was thinking to myself, I don't like this overall setup. I don't like FPRX in general as a ticker so far, the way it's been behaving. So I'm going to go in with small position size. I only traded this with the 100 shares. That's about $2,000 in this one. And yeah, you can see, I lost about $200 on that trade. But at least I wasn't trading with my $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 trades that I do occasionally. When I'm a little bit more confident, I see a better setup because that would have been, a pretty serious loss. So it was good kind of avoiding that. And this thing's been selling off ever since, although now it's getting a little bit of momentum. And, it's also a little bit upsetting because yesterday we had a really, really nice runner, GTEK, and GTEK also took about until the afternoon, or not, kind of like midday, late morning, till this thing really started running. So we stopped trading this around 10:30. That's usually when I stopped trading. And it wasn't really till like around 10:45 to 11:45 that this thing had its, big power hour, big move. And that's what we missed. So today I was thinking, okay, well, maybe we're going to see something similar. And we didn't. Well, actually we did. But I couldn't really do anything about it. I got a guy coming over soon. He's going to fix my bathroom. We got some leaks in there. It's just a giant disaster. Maybe that's what's putting me off a little bit. I have mailman horror stories, so this could be similar. Yeah, I don't know. So a little bit late to the game overall, I guess you can say. Just, it's not really my week so far. But, down $200 today. Actually down... Ooh, I can't wait till we remove the swing trades from this account. It's gonna be so much easier. I don't know. We're down like $100 today. It's really just a small red day here. So far, just kind of an overall scratch this week. I'll very quickly talk about REV because we got halted in this one to the downside. Again, I got stuck in 2 halts today. That's very, very unusual. But today, yeah, that's how this week has been going. This one wasn't too bad. I like the overall move on this one. I wasn't super stoked that we were already at big resistance. I was a little bit late to the party on this one, but I felt like there was a chance we could hit high 15s or 16. So we hit a high of 1456, and I was like, okay, we got a little bit more upside here. I was thinking we were going to make maybe a bit of a flag pattern here, and then eventually have our continuation. What actually ended up happening is we broke down here and we got a halt, and then I pretty much closed at the open of the halt as it was moving higher. And I think that scared a lot of traders from this potential setup. But I don't know, REV is a bit dead to me at the moment. So we'll see how, I don't know if we want to even trade that one in the future. And then what was it? FPRX. No, we talked about that. FTEK. Honestly, FTEK probably was the most interesting one today. And before we talk about this, guys, if you are interested in learning more about day trading, obviously this is probably not the most motivational video right now, but every week is a little bit different. But if you go on, these are the perfect times to do your studying, get ahead. And if you are curious, guys, remember that first link under the video description, tradejournal.co/connect. You can learn about everything that we do. We have a whole entire free foundation video series that you guys could check out. And we have a Discord link that you guys can check out as well. We're always talking in there. So right, community more, here's the Discord, and then here's the foundation video series. That should get you totally up to speed. And if you guys want to see my watch list, I come out with it every morning. Pre-market, that the market is open, you guys can always jump on the watch list there. So yeah, okay, let's get back on track here with the last ticker, FTEK, and let's close this. FTEK, there it is. USA Pollution and Treatment Control, 17 million float, 19 million market cap, really nice. Everything's looking good. Has a catalyst, really good. Third quarter, and if you go here to the daily chart, what I liked about this one is that this one's a spiker in the past, and the spikes sometimes are multi-day runners. They hold their highs okay. This one didn't hold its highs that well, but it was a huge gap up. Yeah, and we're near big support, and we're really breaking out of this kind of critical like 1.5 zone. So I was like, okay, FTEK, this is looking good. Unfortunately, I was so focused on FPRX, I was not watching this one at first, and I missed this whole perfect move to the upside. You know, this is when you want it to get aggressive. And lately, if I'm not aggressive on those first moves and I start buying dips on this aggressive market, I totally get skunked every time. So last week I was really smart to make that pivot. This week I don't know. I've been a little bit hesitant. And then like you saw today with the 2 halts, I'll buy something when it's not as hot. And then I don't know. I've been having a little bit of, I don't know, personal struggles, but you know, it's at least we managed our risk pretty well today overall. So this one was okay. You know, we bought a nice little breakout here. This was a sweet move, and then we sold here near the highs. That was a nice one. Again, I actually bought a breakout here. It's very unusual that breakouts are my, you know, winning trades of the day. I felt very uncomfortable with FTEK in this area. I wanted to see this one maybe show a little bit more signs of either breaking higher or, you know, holding its highs. I didn't feel comfortable on this one, and guess what? It ended up flushing. So it was good that we waited here. We'll see what happens. Right now, it looks like it could start moving back above the VWAP. So I think FTEK, this is a really interesting one. And then FPRX, you know, if it starts running, I could only recommend probably at this point just to try to get aggressive as early as possible. And then FTEK is probably the one I would be a little bit more interested in, as long as it's trending above VWAP. So right now it's a no-go for me, and then FPRX, you know, kind of no-go as well. Yeah, it failed to break higher here, so I don't know, not looking too interesting. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the content. I will see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'm, you know, in a little bit bessere Laune, as you say in German, or I'm in a better attitude. I don't know, I'm a little bit down here. I'm just ready to get my new hardware. Yeah, like always, guys, I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Stay safe, make some awesome trades, and don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Ciao, ciao, guys.